I'm Lesley Logan, and this is when we answer your questions that we get in the comments. And I'm really excited to talk to you about, like, when are you supposed to breathe? Like, inhale, exhale, through the nose, through the mouth, especially on the mat, because in a lot of videos you don't hear me mention what the breath is. And a couple of things. I want to say I love these questions, so keep them coming. And second, if you are new to my channel, then I think it's important to explain a little bit about why the videos exist in the way that they do. The short clip tutorials are there not to give you the most perfect cues or to even show you the most perfect version, because I am not perfect, but to help you understand in like the down and dirty, quickest details, what is this exercise? What was Joseph Pilates' intentions? And especially in the mountain reformer, how do you get in and out of it into the next exercise with the most economical efficiency of movement so you don't lose the connections you got? Could I make every video its own 2-hour work, every exercise its own 2-hour workshop? I'm sure people do. People do all the time. But that's not efficient for you. And that's also not what Joseph Pilates intended. And I always say Joseph Pilates because that's what we call him. But my teacher, Jay Grimes, who studied with him, would call him Joe. Joe Pilates, he did not teach his clients the nuances to every exercise the day that they came. The first X time they did it, the second time, it would take years for those nuances to exercises to be unveiled from him to a client. If he asked you to stick around and continue to watch, if he was like Jay and some of the other people who he asked like stick around to watch, those people got the nuances. And if you're a teacher watching this, yes, you do need to know the nuances, so keep asking them. But if you're a client, it's actually okay for those nuances to unveil themselves in your practice. So ask them as you're ready. When an exercise starts to feel more possible, right? Then what's the next layer? How do I get more out of this exercise? How does this exercise become harder but possible, right? So the breath is an excellent way to enhance an exercise and get more out of it. Okay, why do I not give it to on every single exercise in every single video? Because to be honest, a lot of it is natural breathing. So ideally you're breathing in and out through your nose. You can, and there are some instances where it's like into the nose, out the mouth. And Return to Life, I believe, and Return to Breath, I believe there was some mentions of that from Joe Pilates. I'd have to like go reread it. That all being said, when those books were written and when Joseph Pilates taught Jay Grimes was many decades. And so I think like the evolution was just always in and out through the nose. And the reality is if you read the book Breathe, your body gets most out of air coming in and out of the nose. In fact, in some of the research that I was reading, our brains don't understand the difference between a gasp and us mouth breathing. And so when you breathe in through your mouth, your brain can interpret that as a gasp, which is going to put you in fight or fight mode, right? Flight or fight. Yeah. So in and out through the nose is the most ideal in all exercises. If you want to do into the nose, out the mouth, that is fine as long as the exhale is full and you're using your abdominal muscles to push that air out. So when do you breathe on the mat? So here's a few like ways to think about the breath, because here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to go, inhale, my right leg comes in, exhale, my left leg comes in, inhale. I don't want you to be like that, because then you're not necessarily moving like you're not moving naturally. We're out camping, right? And if I watch animals move, I do not watch them take an inhale. My right foot picks up out of the water. My left, they don't do that. They just move. In fact, like Mariska Breland even said in a video I watched recently, she was like, you'll never see, or no, it wasn't Mariska, it was Amy Taylor. She said, you'll never see a horse put its foot up on a fence and stretch. Like, it's just not doing that. Animals are really instinctive in how they move their body and how they stretch their muscles when they need to feel it. We as humans need to be taught more, and all the exercises have built-in stretch and strength, right? However, then you inhale and exhales also can be helpful for emphasizing that or having more engagement. So inhaling through the nose when you are trying to sit tall, so an exercise like spine stretch forward, that you start off tall and then you round forward, inhaling up tall, the saw, inhaling to come up, right? The other thing you should know about inhale is naturally when you inhale, your back extends. So the way that your back muscles work and your thoracic spine works is on that inhale, there's thoracic extension. So it's actually, if you are struggling with your extensions, find out when you're inhaling to create more length, okay? Exhaling on a round. So the roll up, take an inhale when you're tall on the mat. Be mindful you don't arch because it is easy to do that and kind of fling yourself up. But inhaling tall on the mat, exhaling as you pulse over your body and get all that air out, right? Inhaling to sit tall and spine stretch forward, exhaling to round. Inhaling to sit tall and saw, but exhaling to twist and round. So twisting and flexion are great times to exhale. So there's a fifth spine shape we haven't mentioned, which is side bending. I love to inhale tall, exhale at the hardest part. So inhaling to set up and exhaling at exertion is another way to understand when to breathe. So you can see, like, if I were to tell you, okay, the roll up, flex your ankles, lift your arms up overhead, breathe into your back. Now inhale, exhale, round up, pulse 3 times, inhale to roll down, exhale to roll up. Do you see how, like, so much words? It's a lot. And if you're a teacher going, but that's me, that isn't allowing ourselves or our clients to have a mind-body connection. There has to be some reps that they are on their own. And also, sometimes, another reason I don't do a lot of inhale, exhale is sometimes me telling people when to breathe is slowing down their rhythm in the exercise. What does that mean? Every single exercise has its own rhythm, and every single body doing it is going to use that rhythm and enter it into their own body. So if I'm telling you when to breathe and when to move, always, every single rep, every single right leg, right arm, left arm, I could slow you down, which could actually take you out of the connections of the exercise. So it's really important that I teach you what the exercise is, and then you start to use your breath and your connections to find your pace. If you go too fast, we can see that because you're going to be disconnecting and kind of flailing. If you go too slow, we can see that because it's going to look a little too hard. It's going to have a lot more extra exertion trying to go too slow. But what is too slow and too fast? That's going to be something I'd have to see your body move. So if you're an OPC member and you have questions about the pace you're using with an exercise, you can submit a video of yourself doing that exercise and get feedback on that. You can also join us for our live classes once a month, where we can also look at you move and give you feedback on your form should you want that. We are the only on-demand platform that can actually provide specialized feedback for your body, because guess what? All our bodies are a little different. Like, Joe Pilates was like this barrel-chested man. We are not going to look the same doing an exercise. So it's so important to be connecting to your body. So when you're inhaling and exhaling, I want you to focus on if it's helping you with the exercise. If it's taking you out of the exercise, then, or you feel like it's distracting you, or it feels like it's straining, then try to actually let the breath go. Naturally breathe in and out through your nose and see what makes you feel good. Try inhaling in a different spot. Try exhaling in a different spot. Or above all else, don't hold your breath. So Jay would tell us, he's like, I don't tell my clients when to breathe because people know to inhale. There's a reason why Joe Pilates actually emphasized exhaling the most, because you will naturally inhale. You will. Your body is not going to let you die. Like, it's this really cool thing. But a lot of us do not take the time to fully exhale. And when we don't fully exhale, we are not getting all that extra gunk that has turned around. When oxygen came in, the carbon dioxide needs to come out. We need to emphasize that. Use our abdominal muscles to help us with that. It's going to be the most amazing workout. So I hope this answers your question. Thank you so much for asking it. If you have other questions, feel free in the comments below. You can put a comment on any video. It doesn't really matter. We'll pick it up as long as you're clear on what you want us to answer. And if you'd like to try out onlinepilatesclasses.com, go to onlinepilatesclasses.com/YouTube to get a 40-day trial. Have an amazing day.